Hello, I'm That Casual Gaming Guy, and welcome to another episode of Tall Oaks Zoo. In this episode, we're going to work on the bridge crossing the Africa section of the flamingo habitat, as well as our hippopotamus habitat. So this was one of the more easy bridges to build, as going into it, I pretty much knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted those log wall things, and it's actually I used the tops so they're not all uniform and uneven, and the pillars that I used on the building by the masks, I knew I wanted to be our pillars for the roof. There was definitely a lot of trial and error with building the roof section of this bridge. At first, as you can see, I went with closing it all off with the wooden wall, but it didn't feel right. So I decided to go ahead and do kind of half the wooden wall. The sloped ones are fine, and then do some bracing and do kind of a design with these pillars. Support beams, actually, is probably what they are. So yeah, I think it turns out really, really nicely. I'm happy with it. Originally, I wanted it to curve with the walkway, but that was just not as possible as I had hoped. So, plan B it was. And honestly, just the railing around that curve really works out well. I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Yeah. One of the things that I'm surprised that I haven't learned yet, although you'd think I would, is that these, when I'm doing these buildings and using the walls and actually making what's supposed to be a building like, it doesn't rotate on anything but the single axis. So I can't, make it diagonally, vertical or, So, yeah, you'd think I would learn that by now, because I'm sure in pretty much almost every video, at least once, I've tried to make it work, but it just doesn't. So I went ahead with this siding that is just a wall decoration and used it as a curb, so to speak. Alrighty, so now we're going to lay the groundwork for the underwater viewing area for the hippopotamus habitat. And I honestly, I like how it turned out, but I'm just really upset that it's not getting as much usage as I had hoped. I really, really wanted that to be perfect for the animals to be, viewed in the water, but I've noticed, and I noticed when I was recording the cinematics for this video, they rarely get into the water as much as one would think hippos would. So that's kind of, I don't know, it's just weird to me. But I still like how this turned out. I mean, the awning looks great, and just everything that went into creating this and getting it the right level and all that stuff, it looks good for what it is. I'm happy with it. So the first step in this process was to get the ground level right. So what I did was I put the path down to where I wanted it and then deleted it, so then I can make the habitat itself before putting everything else in. So that's what we're doing right now. And then one of the things is that the animals need a specific slope, and one of the things that it took me a while and had to watch some YouTubers, I didn't realize that you could use the advanced move tool for the terrain tool. I can't remember what it's called, but the cube, the sphere, all that stuff, and make almost a perfect slope. You can set it to the angle snap like I did for 15 degrees, and it's the perfect slope for the animals to get into the water. So yeah, so that's what we're doing, and basically I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to rename this. I think we're going to call it Hippo Island because it is surrounded by water, and I think that'd be cool. Alrighty, so now that our habitat is built, as far as the terrain levels and the barrier, it's time to make sure that the terrain painting is correct, as well as add in foliage and put all the enrichment items, food and shelter into this habitat. So that's what we're going to go ahead and start on right now. One of the things that I forgot about when setting up the barrier was that you can have glass, but at the same time you're not supposed to. The grading of the fence needed to be higher than the glass. Glass is a grade 2, and I believe the hippos require a grade 4 and above. So I went ahead and changed it to the concrete, and then something that I keep not necessarily forgetting about, but it's one of those things when I'm building stuff like this is I automatically think glass, not remembering half the time that I can make any of these barriers have a window. So I think that's one of the cool aspects of this game, is that you can do that, and it can be one-way glass, it can be just straight regular glass. So yeah, so I'm really happy with the concrete and how it turned out, as well as I do color it later to a yellowish brown, which again, as I mentioned during the panda episode, I just can't believe I did not know that you could color the concrete barriers. That just floored me. It really did. These waterfall enrichment items that are used for really almost every aquatic animal in this game, almost every, for sure, like the elephants, the hippos, the flamingos. These things are ugly. I mean, seriously ugly to be standalone. What I do here in the hippo habitat so far is the best way of hiding them that I've come up with. Like I said, so far, there's so many things. I mean, yeah, I did the ivy with the flamingos, but at the same time, you look at it, you see the metal. You see the metal anyways. But it's just like, come on, these are ugly. There's got to be a better way. Like, if I could take and make it my own type of structure, and then just have the top section where the water comes out You know, like if I can make a structure out of wood and then put that in, or, you know, something like that. Like, yes, I could put the outer thing on here, but it would just be better if what didn't have the legs, and it was just the top piece, and you could totally customize it in any way possible. You could put it in a doorway, you could put it, you know, anything like that. That would be cool. And then, you know, to still have it count as an enrichment item. Because I could just put, you know, waterfall pieces, you know, fountain, like, you know, water features into a structure, and it would have the same type of look, but it wouldn't count as an enrichment item. So, yeah, just some things that, you know, I think could be improved upon. I know what you're thinking. Oh, here he goes again with another dome. Yep. Don't worry though. For the next one, which will be the Timberwolves, there will be no domes. There will be no domes. Alrighty, so now that everything is in its place within the habitat, and I'm feeling pretty good about how it looks and how everything is going with it, it is time to work on the awning for our underwater viewing section. And this, I think, turned out so good. I mean, it's basic, and I think that's what makes it so good. Alright, so that's going to bring us to the end of our speed build, and we're going to go ahead and hop into our live play. Catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, and let's go ahead and let's get into this live play. So, just come on through the entrance. Nothing has changed in this area. That's pretty cool. I mean, you can see the, you know, the bridges and stuff. They're pretty cool. All right, so let's head over here first. And of course, we have the flamingos. Now, I might go ahead and change the depth of the water. I mean, it's not too bad, but I guess it could come up a little bit. Hey, here's our flamingos. They seem to be doing okay. Now let's get rid of the UI. We got food in their foraging pond. Cool. All right, well, we'll check on the other side when we head over that way. Let's head back over here. And into the pandas. I'm going to, probably before the next episode, make an entranceway. But here we are on the bridge, and we can kind of get, somewhat of a view of things to come, I guess you could say. If you stand over here, you can look down, see the waterfall. Look to this side, see the other waterfall. Let's come on in here. Now, this is what I was talking about. They are just pooling right here. And I bet you anything, they're down here. Well, they're doing that, aren't they? Yep. See, now I would want to personally come down here and actually look in there. But for some reason, the guests don't do it. Like, there's nobody coming down here. Now, let's try something. Let's click on this person. We'll bring the UI back up. And let's move them right down here and see what happens. Oh, they might be stuck now. Yeah, they're trapped. Oh, great. Now, why? Now let's try putting them right here. We'll put them there. Are they still trapped? Huh. Well, I guess that means we know something's up with this. Okay. Well, anyways. If we come up in here. Trying so hard to do this right. Here, let's just go through the wall for a minute. There we go. And we have our signage and stuff, and then you can come out this side and come down into here to see them when they eventually are over here. And yeah, see, this is what I was talking about with the glass and stuff. That helps if I turn that. You see, he went up here and he got stressed. I don't know why. Oh, because of right here. Oh, so many things. Like, these animals, all of these animals. Like, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, there's certain animals that are shy and blah, 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 blah. Flamingos aren't shy. If guests are able to enter their habitat, they shouldn't be getting stressed by people watching them. Like, I don't know. I think there's something seriously wrong here. There's just some things that are just not quite operational, Anyways, here's our bridge we built in the last episode. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's Head back on through here. Oh, sorry. Get rid of the UI. Alright. And let's turn and come over. Oops. And into the building. Let's come up here, which seems to be the main point for people for the flamingos. Now, unfortunately, I think I may need to work on the railing because that's a little much. I wonder what they're thinking. No. I want to look at people. Okay. And you can see, quote unquote, apparently. But yeah, see, I had to put the glass here because they were getting stressed, and it's like, what the hell? Anyways, so I think what I'll do is I'll get rid of this top iron beam here, or lower it, or something, because, yeah, maybe if I make it, let's see. Come here, I need people standing there. Yeah, if I just get it down to these two, it should be okay, because I think the 3 is too high. And then I'll have to figure something out with this. Or maybe just leave it like this and have it tip down. That might be cool. Well, we'll see. And here's the other side of our flamingo habitat. Their foraging pond on this side is empty. Their food bowls are all empty. Oh look, it pooped. I don't know if that was that one, but zookeeper needed. Anyways. Let's see here. Habitat. What's going on with the habitat? Oh yeah, the plants. That's expected. Alright. So yay, flamingos. Oh, we're already 10 minutes here. Alright, let's swing on over to this side. So you got the perfect view of the flamingos here. I need to put in the education stuff. Oh, I've got some up here apparently. Yeah, it's not a bad view of. Anyways, and over the bridge. And if you stop and look, you can kind of see into it from here, but then it comes down. And down. And we have our underwater viewing, but it looks like none of them are in the water at the moment. So then you can come up right here. And then here's this side of the viewing. For our beautiful, beautiful hippos. Let's go in, shall we? Alright, looks like zookeeper needs to get in here too. Yeah, look, their food's empty. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and call a dang keeper. Let's see what happens over at the door. Come in. Oh, and they're actually going to come do something. Let's watch. I'm just curious as to what they're going to do. They don't have a bucket of food or anything. Are they just going to come in and check it, or what? Or are they coming in to clean the poop? I guess we'll find out. I am very curious. Okay, I don't remember which one I clicked on, but I don't think it was the one that was all the way over here. Oh, there already is a keeper in here filling their food stuff. But look, they're filling the enrichment stuff, and the actual food things aren't being filled. That's what I think gets me more. Which I know I mentioned, I think, during Arcalazio. Oh, they're doing poop. Okay, well, fun. But yeah, there we go. That's our zoo so far. So what we're going to start working on next is this area in here will be our timber wolves. And it'll be some hills, some mountains. I'm going to start playing with terraforming and stuff like that. I don't know what's next for Africa or Asia sides. But yeah. Alrighty. So that brings us to the end, I guess. Let's get a nice ending shot here. Let's come in here over the top of the building, kind of, I guess. Alright, there-ish. And let's change the time of day to midnight. Alright. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're just going to end it here. I am that casual gaming guy. I also go by Steven. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below. And if you're new to our channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, I hope you had a wonderful day. Bye-bye.